Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana, and this is cell towers 2. This is worse than what we thought.
This is a bus stop. This is too close to residential homes. This should not be in a residential area.
But this goes way back. The 1996 Telecommunications Act that was passed in 1996 by Bill Clinton.
Good old Bill Clinton.
Had Section 704 that banned by law looking at health and safety when they put cell towers in. This is how they built out the whole network. They've known about health effects for decades. The military is using these frequencies at 95 gigahertz. And remember, they're talking about 24 to 90 gigahertz for this.
95 gigahertz for the military. Crowd control, listen to this.
As a biological weapon for crowd control. So on the one hand, the FCC is saying it's completely harmless. On the other hand, the military is using it as a biological weapon. Somebody's lying.
It's possible to entrain a certain percentage of a population, apparently, with weak magnetic fields.
Joined the Royal Navy in 1960, and I specialized in microwave warfare. Radar, obviously, which uses microwave, but they don't just teach you radar, they teach you all about microwaves and other uses. So I understood about microwave warfare and how it can damage people, how it can harm people. Microwaves then were used as weapons, as they are today. It is a perfect stealth weapon. And when governments don't like a group of people, for instance, the ladies who protest at Greenham Common in England about the American missile base they camped, they were microwaved. We microwaved Catholics in Northern Ireland to make them sick. It goes on all over the world. And it's a weapon that you don't know you're being targeted because the dose is very, very low, which is actually more dangerous than a high dose. It's very, very low, and it may take a year or two, but you can cause neurological damage and cancers with low-level microwaves, and you can make all your opponents sick. It's a perfect weapon for a government.
A perfect weapon for government. Low dosages is worse than high. Make people sick and have cancers. A perfect weapon for governments, quote unquote. And this guy was trained in the Royal Navy in England on this stuff.
This is a Soviet LiDAR machine. It transmits low-energy radio pulses between 0 and 100 cycles per second. In the Soviet Union, LiDARs have been used for years to tranquilize psychiatric patients without physical contact. This sound, which is received by shortwave radios in the United States, is generated by another Soviet radio frequency device. It is known as the woodpecker because of its tapping noise. It is broadcast by a number of high-powered radio transmitters operating deep in the Soviet Union since July 4th, 1976. Some scientists suspect that the woodpecker is designed to interfere with human brain function.
As far as I'm concerned, the potential that this has for producing a direct psychoactive effect upon a total American population is there. Has never been disproven. The signal range within which the woodpecker operates is that which has been reported by many investigators to produce a tranquilizing effect upon animals.
We are just incredibly sensitive to these magnetic stimuli.
Clearly, our scientists, along with the other groups I work with, which are composed of people who are developing wireless health effects from their various sources. For instance, people developing brain tumors from their cell phone and the radiation emits, people developing neurological symptoms from the Wi-Fi, from school Wi-Fi, people developing neurological and cancerous health.
So Wi-Fi, also problems. Really got to really rethink what we're doing. Me too. Use Wi-Fi in the home all the time.
Effects from simple smart meters being little wireless meters that are put on people's homes so that people don't have to come by and read the meter themselves manually. So regardless of the source, and cell towers are the most powerful source of wireless radiation emissions, regardless of the source, the health effects can be the same.
Okay, there you are.